Okay, well, welcome everybody. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'm gonna turn my phone up just to make sure. Okay, good. Good. Okay, welcome. So I'm just gonna share this out a couple times and then we're gonna get started because I want people to come in and watch this. I'm gonna send it to some people in Messenger. Just why not, right? I want to. Nah, I don't want to do that. I'll just wait for people to come in and um I think after a while people kind of get tired of me taking them, so I'm not gonna take them. Yeah, so yeah. After a while people kind of get tired of me taking them. Sorry, I don't want feedback. It's gonna turn. I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. So you guys can hear me, so we're good to go. All right, so welcome, happy Monday. I'm trying to make an effort to. Oh yeah, I got a great big Kleenex on my pinky. Long story made short. Um, this morning, when I was just in the middle of my prayer, my nails started chipping, and so I pulled the nail off of this finger, and it came off fine. And then I pulled the nail off of this finger, but it dug in. It was too. I pulled it too short. This is what happens when you have my nail off, and so now I got a great Phoenix on my pinky as I was bleeding. So don't have any band-aids, so I had to make my own. This is why I have that on there. So just in case you're wondering. So let's get started. I want to talk about being focused and staying on top in your business, especially when you have a home business. Um, I want to start off by saying that our business is not a hobby. So there's been some times where I would treat this business as a hobby, and you suffer when you treat your business like a hobby. And so I want to kind of give you guys three things. I'm supposed to say, put three things on the poster, but I forgot. But there's three things that I want to talk about today on how to stay on top of your business, and not just on your business, but also on top of your entire your everything that you do, your home, like taking care of your home. Like it's kind of hard sometimes to balance your business and also still take care of your home, you know. So um we don't want to forget the importance of taking care of our home and making sure it's clean and all of that stuff. And so I want to give you guys tips on how you can do that and still stay on top of your business. And so yeah, so just ignore this on my pinky. It's because I pulled my nail too short and started bleeding, and it's a little sore. So just trying to pull this type up a little bit. That way it's not exactly burning on my finger. I want this stay, but I don't want to be like rubbing on it. So that should do. Okay, so let's get into it. So I'm going to start by saying that I have these sheets that I do every week. It's kind of hard to. There we go. So it's focused now. So I made these sheets last week. I started this process last week on working the. What am I trying to say? I made this on Canva last week. I decided I wanted to find a way to stay focused on my business, and you know, for me, there was a time where checklists and all that stuff did not work. If I were to grab a notebook, for example, like say a notebook like this and write it in, it would not work for me because it gets too messy, and and it's just kind of like sloppy, and So that doesn't work for me. Writing a to-do list each day in a notebook, it doesn't work for me. And just because it just like line paper and your to-do list, and it doesn't work for me. So I have made a system for myself. This is actually my planning book. So if I'm making any plans in my business, this is the book to be writing them in. So I don't avoid the books completely, just for my daily to do, my daily tasks. I like to have something else going. So I made up this sheet last week. My face is going to go dark while this starts to focus in. So I made up this sheet last week. I don't know if you guys can see. It's not really focusing. There we go. So I made this on Canva. Let me move it back a bit. There we go. I made this on Canva, and basically we have, I'm trying to hold it with one hand without focusing out. Here is obviously my tasks. And then the first column here, I know it's kind of hard to see it. Let's do it this way. I'm going to share my screen. Right here. So we're just going to present this, and we can do it this way. It'll be so much easier. All right. Oh yeah, how is my screen share? Okay, good. All right, so that's good. Okay, so we're just going to do the entire screen. So there we are. There we have it. So I made this on Canva, and I make a lot of things on Canva. Canva is like the best thing that's ever happened to me. And so the one way that I found works for me lately, I mean, things for me kind of change from time to time. Before it was Trello that was working for me, but then I forgot this to be logging into Trello, and so I kind of got away from that. And so I thought, let's do something that is not in a messy notebook with messy writing, but something that is nice, that looks nice, and then encourages me to actually go through the process of staying on top of my business. So so this part here, so it's got my logo on there right there. Well, my logo is kind of changing, so but anyway, that's my logo, current logo. And then it says weekly boss lady checklist. So this is obviously going to be associated with my business. So everything that I'm doing is going to be weekly focused, because I can't accomplish everything in a day. If you think that you're going to accomplish everything in a single day, you, my friend, are wrong. And I did. I used to think that. I used to think that I could accomplish everything in one single day. No. I mean, if you have a home business, which means you're working from your home office, you have no time pressure, because you have nobody nagging down your back and say, get to work, stop scrolling on Facebook, stop scrolling on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and get to work. Nobody is breathing down your neck when you're doing a home business. You have got to be the one to breathe down your own neck and say, hey, stop scrolling on Facebook. That is the first thing that we need to remember, is that, we're not going to get anything done if we're scrolling on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or wherever and whatever that is taking away our attention. If you want to scroll, this is what I'm learning. If I wanted to scroll, that is what evenings are for. That is what evenings are for. If you want to scroll on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, save that for the evening in your down, relaxing time. But don't forget to save some time for the Lord. That's the biggest thing. All right. Um, so if you want to scroll, save that for your downtime. Okay. In the evening before bed. And don't forget to put time there for the Lord as well. Um, and you know, um, so what was I going to say now? I just kind of lost track. Oh, yeah. So we need to, as a home business owner, you know, we work from home, we do our business out of our home, we work out of our home office. I mean, my dining room, this is supposed to be my dining room here, but I changed my dining room into a home office, and a lot of my inventory is in here as well. So this is my home office, and I just kind of have like my table in the living room, kind of hid in the corner back there. So, and that's okay because I live by myself, so it's not a big deal to me. So anyway, long story short, as I continue, um, the first thing is focus, right? And so it's very important, especially if you're a Christian and you want God to bless your business. It's very important to put Him first. I mean, when I get up, I think, oh, I got to get to my business. I got to get to my business. I got to get this done. I got to get that done. But then I had to stop myself and say, wait a second. Forget about that right now. Right now, we need to be spending time with God. And so, and if you, what I really want to say is if you want to stay on top of your business, you need to have discipline in your sleeping habits, your routine. You need to be disciplined to get to bed early and get up early. Because if you sleep half of the day, you still got to put God first and then get attend to your business. And when you're doing that and you're sleeping half the day, um, God is important. He's got to be first no matter what time of the day you get up. And then you don't have time to get your work done for your home or like house care or your business. So you got to discipline yourself to get to bed early and get up early. So today I got up at 8 o'clock, which is better because I've been struggling with my sleep hours. I would stay up until 2 in the morning and then get up at 2 in the afternoon, or well, maybe 11 in the morning the next day. But like then the day is half gone. You got to structure yourself a schedule that you're going to say, this is the time that I'm going to get up, which maybe you have to get up at 5 to 5:30 or 6 o'clock so that you can put the Lord first, and then you can get ready for the day. However you do it. Some people get dressed before they pray, and that's fine. For me, that's what I had to do. I had to get dressed before I could get into the Lord. But then I found that it takes me long to get dressed because then I get my makeup on and do my hair, and then I lose focus on putting the Lord first. So what I'm trying to do is just be comfortable of just spending time with the Lord and just staying in my pajamas until I'm done with my time with the Lord, like prayer and reading the Bible. And then I can worry about going and getting dressed. Because here's the thing. Oopsie. You're trying to figure out what you're going to wear that day. And then you figure out how you're going to do your hair, especially as women. And then you're going to figure out what makeup do you want to use. And so, like, even though I don't have to go out and commute to an office, which I'm kind of praying that I could do eventually, but right now, this is where I am, and I'm very happy with that. I'm content. But you know, I like to still dress nice, even though I'm at home, because when I'm dressed up and dressed nice, at least it gives me the motivation that, hey, I'm a businesswoman. I am here to boss up and do my work. But if I'm just like in like lounging clothes or pajamas, I'm not going to want to do any work. So, what I try to do now is instead of rushing to go and get dressed for the day, because it takes me like an hour almost um takes me like 20 minutes to figure out what I'm going to wear, then another 20 minutes to figure out how I'm going to do my hair, and another 10 minutes to do my makeup. So it's like crazy. So I'm just now just getting myself in comfortable with just getting up, coming to my desk, putting on my worship music and just worshiping God and being in prayer, and then reading my Bible. And then when I'm done reading my Bible, then I will go get ready for the day, whether that's showering first, or sometimes I shower at night so I don't have to worry about showering in the morning. So whatever order that you do it, I just get comfortable of just being like in my prayer time in my pajamas, so that way I don't lose focus just trying to figure out what I'm going to wear that day. Because I lost focus. It took me like an hour to get ready, and then I lost complete focus of God. I'm like, no, just go in your pajamas. You just come as you are. You know what I mean? So that's the first thing that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to discipline myself to get to bed early, get to bed early and get up early, right? And so that's the first thing that we need to do. And then to put the Lord first, because I find that when I put the Lord first, that everything goes well. Where if I put my business first before the Lord, I carry that guilt all day. So, and I feel like I'm not blessed in my business, because God's got to be first. My business will be here after. My housework will be here after. And so that's the first things that you got to get in order um before you can actually start your day in your business. Now we are starting our day, and I have my paper here, which is right in front of you on the screen. So we have my weekly boss lady checklist for my business, Celestial Fashion Thrifts. And so in each area, so tasks, so I give myself enough tasks for the week. I mean, you don't want to overdo yourself. You don't want to give your bunch of like a 30, 40, 50 list of things to do in 1 week, because you're not going to do it. So I don't know how many is here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe 10, 15, 20 tops. But I wouldn't go past 20. I wouldn't even try to dare push 20 items in a week. So, but what I like to do is go on a weekly basis, because if I try to focus on day to-dos, then I'm going to get overwhelmed, and I'm going to feel like I failed, like I've got nothing done that day. So I just start with the week. So that's the first thing the way that you can do this is you can make a thing like this on Canva. If you would like to drop your email in the comments below, if you would want a copy of this, I can just take my logo out, and I can email you a PDF copy of this, and that way you could use it too. So what I do is I will type in the task. So I'm going to come out of, let me just quickly, before I come out of there. So we have tasks. So the thing that needs to be done usually gets written in here by pen, or I could type it in. And then when we're ready to start, we'll just do a check mark here for started. And then we'll put another check mark here for in progress. And then if for some reason that assignment or task or project or whatever gets put on pause, then you put a check mark there. And then once it's complete, you're just going to put check mark under where it says complete. Now, if there's some reason that maybe you figure, this is really a waste of time, maybe it's not even worth wasting my time on this, then you can just put a check mark that says canceled. Okay. And anything that did not get done in that week, the current week, you can just put the check marks down, and anything that did not get complete, you can put it to carry over to the next week. So I'll show you. I'm going to exit the presentation now. So I'm going to, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but this is one way that you could do it. There's still 2 more ways that I want to show you. So, oopsie. So if we go back to, let's stop the screen share for 1 second. So if we come back to this sheet, my printed copy, you see that? Okay. So you can see that there are some things that I have completed. I completed 3 things out of 15 to 20 items last week. So that's good. That's a good thing. So there's a lot of things that I have to carry forward to this week. So I'm going to go ahead and check those now. I mean, I don't have to check them now because I know, but it's still good to just check it and just let me know that these items did not get done last week. So I need to carry it forward this week. So basically what I do is I print a new sheet of these each week. And then I just start the list again. So this one, this one, this one, that one's done. No, that's not. Even if it's like started or in progress, you still check it to carry over to the next week. And if it says like started or in progress, you still check it on the new sheet. So that's that one. So I'm just checking off all the items that needs to be continued for this week. Now, you don't want to be, what time is it? You don't want to be dragging on until almost 12 o'clock noon Monday to get things started. And this is why I wanted to come on talk to you guys this morning, because I started scrolling through Facebook, which is why it took me so long. First of all, I got up at 8 o'clock and I had my prayer and Bible time first. And then of course, that took me until about 10:30. Then I found myself scrolling on Facebook. I'm like, stay focused. And I had to remind myself to stay focused. So that's why I put that on Facebook. And I thought, well, I gotta do up my my task for the week. So I thought I'd come live and just kind of give you guys. I mean, I'm sure you know how, but I'm just giving you guys some business tips on like good ideas to keep yourself on top. So I checked off everything. Just gonna wait a minute for this to focus. Okay. I checked off everything that needs to be carried on for this week. So now we're gonna take those items and we're going to go into Canvas. I'm gonna share my screen again. So that's what I do. Whatever is on the sheet that I put last week, the beginning of last week, that needed to be done. Whatever is not done, it gets carried forward to the new sheet that I'll be printing today. And then I need to get my bottom to work. So let's start here. So one of the things that I did not get done, and I can actually, I'll just type it up on here so that way you guys can see, is I'll start right here. Okay, so one of the things that I did not complete was, I gotta move my glasses. Find why am I on capitals? Let's do that right. Create. Sorry, if I'm doing typos, it's because my fingernail is sore, so it's not going to come out exactly. Let me just see. Find or create bags for clothes. So I'm going to line that up here. And that wasn't even started last week, so that needs to get started. And I'm just going to copy these letters, and just drag it down here. Whoops. Drag it down here. And then we're just going to select that, delete it, and then just write down our next thing, which would be, I'm just trying to, my writing is messy on my paper. put Y items back in Y bin in the bags. Okay. So what basically what this means, if you're wondering why what I'm saying by putting Y items back in Y bin, that's basically just meaning like my inventory, because I have an alphabetical inventory for my stuff. So so anything that is in the Y inventory in the Y bin, it's the number starts with the letter Y and then the number. So anything that has a Y on it has got to be put back in that bin because they were put in the bag because I needed the bin for something else last week. So that has not been started at all. And then I'm not going to go through the entire list. I'm just here to show you guys what you can do. Now, if you want, you can take the time and you can type them in. If you use Canva, you can just type them in, or you can just print it and write them in. So, but this week I'm just gonna type them in. So I'll do one more for you guys. One that's not complete. Okay. Here's another one that I did start. Oops, I forgot I need to copy this. I did start this task last week, so it's not complete. It almost is, but it's not quite complete. I just kind of threw the shoes up there. So, and not all shoes are supposed to go up there, and that is, how do I do this? Okay, so that was what I started last week. I did get all of the books and stuff cleaned out of the bookshelf. I'm not sure if there's books underneath. I can't remember. I could check, but I don't want to waste time. But basically, my bookshelf, I don't know if you guys can see my bookshelf over there. But I do have a bookshelf that I decided that I was going to use as an inventory space for my shoes. So I started doing that so I could put started. Now, anything that's completed from last week, I'm obviously not going to put on this list here. So that's basically what you do. I mean, I could get this done a lot faster if I wasn't doing like a presentation, or like I said, you don't have to like put you don't have to do what I'm doing right now and type everything in there. You can just print it and just write it in with pen. So I'll do one more. Let me see, what's another one that's not completed? Okay, here's one. So I'm going to delete all of this stuff. Okay. It's really hard to type with my finger. Organize. Oops. Ah, there we go. Shelf. Organize clothes. There we go. So that one, I did start that one, but there's still some stuff on one of my lower shelves. So that's another thing that I need to work on. So like I said, you can type them out like this, or you can just print it and just write it in with pen. There's really no right or wrong way. So that's one way that we can do it. And then we can just check them off as we go. So let me zoom out for a second. So if you want to write them in, like type them in, or if you want to just print it and write it in, that's what you could do as well. I think I'm just going to write it in with pen, but I just wanted to show you guys for like an example. So I'm going to delete all this writing. And then I'm going to show you the second way that you could stay on top using Trello. So there's that one. So I don't need to use this one. I've actually downloaded one and put it on my desktop because that way it's right there on my desktop. And then for the next week, I can just click it and print a new one. So this one I'm going to keep until I get the new one. I'm going to quickly print the new one now. So just give me 1 minute. So this one's right here. Boss Lady Weekly checklist. I'm going to open that up. That's a PDF. So if you want one of these, I will take out my logo and just put your email down below, and then we'll go from there. Okay. So this is already, it's a PDF format. So I'm going to click print. Where's my print? Oh, there it is. I'm just going to grab a drink. Thursday. This is going to be black and white. This is not going to come out in color like it is on Canva. Unless you, of course, you have like color ink in your printer. I do have color ink, but I don't have the cartridge. I just have black and white. Another way that you could do this as well is if you have like an iPad or something or a tablet that you can go in and edit the photo, and you can, if you have one of those pens, you can write them in and then you can check them off as you go, or you can just print it. So I'm going to print it. And I like to do this too because like I'm hoping to eventually get one or two people. They don't have to commit, but maybe one or two people, maybe some friends or whatever that, you know, is just bored and they want to have something to do and they want to come and help me out. Then that way, this is printed. It'll be on my wall, and that way they will know what needs to be done. Now I'll have to do a little bit of training with them to start, but at least they'll know what is done. And if things really go really good with this business, I'm just going to be honest, sales are really slow right now, but that's okay. It'll pick up. I really believe that they will pick up. But once I get into praying that I will, once I get into like an office space, so that way I'll have a much bigger area for my inventory stuff and some workspace in there as well. And I could like maybe like get some people that want to like volunteer, or maybe I can get a couple people maybe as like to hire as helps. Then that way this will be on the wall, and that way each week we all know what needs to be done. So and that will help to keep them on track. But right now it's just me, and so at least this will help me to stay on track. So just gonna make sure I got everything right. Yep, print. Okay, so that's gonna print. I'm not gonna go through filling them out because that'll just take time. I just kind of showed you guys on oh my goodness. Oh, what's going on? Alignment recommended. Fine, align. Do what you have to do. Just print my paper, please. Okay, so let's go back here. We're going to stop the screen for a second. The second way that you could do things to stay on top, especially if you know that you have housework to be done and you want to be able to balance your housework with your business work, and maybe you can do like 1 day business, 1 day house, or half a day business, half a day housework, or maybe you have so much in your business that needs to be done and you need to get your housework done too. Another thing that you could do, I'm just going to share my screen, is you could use a calendar. What's this? Oh my goodness. I do not know what it's doing. Okay, it's printing. Okay, get out of my sight. Okay, so I have a calendar here. I have a couple calendars here on my, out of paper. How's it out of paper? Hang on. Oh, yes. It is definitely out of paper. Sorry, guys. Just gonna grab some paper. Another way to stay on top as well is keep your office and your workspace organized. I have all of my paper for my printer on the little shelf on my like under my desk, so that way I know exactly where it is. So you want to keep yourself organized because it's really hard to work in a mess. I'm just gonna put this in there. All right, that's printing. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is using a calendar, and this is really good, especially if you have like housework that you got to dodge with also your business work. I don't know what this is doing, but we'll just leave it. So we have 2 calendars that I work from. So we're going to open this up. And you could do this too. You could have your master list that I'm printing out like this right here. You can have this for your weekly thing. And if you want to organize this and break them up for each day, like I wouldn't go planning for every day of the week this week of what I'm going to do, because we never know if we're going to do it in that day. But just take something and say, hey, this is what I want to do today. This is what I want to do today. This is what I want to do today. And this is what I want to do today. You can actually take things from your weekly checklist, move it into your calendar. And then what I like to do, and I'm sure you guys know, which is called the 30-minute chunk. Can you guys see my screen? I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why you guys can't see my screen. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, it's strange. You guys, for some reason, you guys can't see my screen. I don't know why. I'm not going to be able to show you guys if you can't see my screen. So let me just pause that for a second, and then I'll bring it back in. Okay. All right. So what does this say? I don't want to scan. Cancel. I have nothing to scan. Thank you. Okay, so let's go back into the calendar. I don't know why you guys can't see my calendar. I do not get it at all. Anyway, I don't know why you guys can't see it. Let me try the other one. I don't know why you guys can't see my calendar. This really sucks. Okay, let's go to calendar. Okay, so here's the calendar for today. You guys still can't see it. That is strange. That is very strange. Let me try something. Hang on 1 second. Maybe if I dim it a little bit, you guys might be able to see it. I don't know. Hopefully. Huh. I don't know why you guys can't see the screen. Anyway, these are the calendars that you use. These are. It's kind of really hard for you guys to see that. I don't know why you can't see it. It sucks. But anyway, these are like the half an hour, or no, these are the hour segments of like the calendar. Some of them have like 30-minute segments, some of them have like 1 hour segments. I'm gonna go back to the other one. I like this one better. So we have they mostly go by the hour, but you can also go by the half an hour. So what I like to do is take a few things from my weekly list for that day. Doesn't mean that I do this all the time, but if I had to dodge housework with my business work, then I will do 30-minute segments. So what time is it now? It's like 12:12. So I could say, okay, 12:30, I am going to, well, I'm going to have lunch. Have lunch. So don't forget to schedule your lunch in there as well. Because you got to eat. You got to eat to stay functional. And so 12:30 to 1 o'clock, you're going to have a break, have lunch. So there's that one in there. I don't know if you guys can see that popping up. I don't know why it's not letting you guys see the screen. It's really strange. But anyway, if you schedule in 30-minute segments and you give yourself 30 minutes to do everything, and then maybe you could do housework or you could do business work, and then for the next 30 minutes you can do some housework, switch back to business work 30 minutes later for another 30 minutes, and then switch back to housework. So you can do it that way, or you could do it's I'm just gonna stop the screen share for a second because you guys are not seeing that and it's kind of ridiculous. So that's what you could do in 30-minute increments, is you could try to accomplish things every 30 minutes. So maybe I have to do listings. So maybe I could do and schedule them in there too. It's like say, okay, 10 o'clock today, I'm doing listings. Well, actually, no. Before I do listings, I had to do staging, which is photographing. So 10 o'clock today, well, I'll say tomorrow because 10 o'clock's passed already. But say it's early, you're just planning your day. Or maybe you can plan your day the night before, whatever works for you, as long as you're planning it to stay on top of your business. So maybe, okay, so you're gonna get up at 5:30 to pray. You're gonna get ready around 6:30, 7:30, and then try to start, have breakfast and try to start your work by 8:30 a.m. because that's kind of the way I like to do it, except that I got up at 8 o'clock today, so I didn't really get that time frame. But I'm still doing stuff, and that's a good thing. So, maybe you could say, okay, at 9 o'clock, I usually like to do it the way they do it at business firms. I like to check my online stuff. I'll usually go and check. Let me share my screen for a second. I like to go and check my email. So I don't need to demonstrate my email, you guys. But I usually like to go and check my Poshmark just to see what the notifications are. So I'll go in and check my Poshmark and my email. Because usually if I make a sale, then it comes to my email. I also get notifications on Poshmark. And why this is not loading, I don't know. At least you guys can see this screen. I don't know why you guys couldn't see my calendar. It makes absolutely no sense. I need to grab a drink. So you can see that I have some notifications. So I like to check my notifications on Poshmark, and then I like to check my email and orders. Nothing really happening. And from there, I like to get into the big stuff. So maybe I will start off by doing a bit of housework for the next 30 minutes. And then maybe around 10 o'clock, I like to maybe start doing like staging for like taking pictures to list items. And that can be hard sometimes because, I mean, it's one thing for me to like hang things up on a hanger and hang it up on the wall and take a picture of it. But a lot of times people like to see it on you. So I actually have to be my own model. So that could take a couple hours just to stage certain like items. So if you're planning your week, you might even want to figure out what day is going to be best. I try to stage items the beginning of the week, and then for the rest of the week be listing the items that was staged that week. So that's kind of what I like to do. And then just kind of decide on the list what you want to start doing for that day, and just do like 30-minute time chunks. I mean, staging is not going to be done in 30 minutes unless you want to do like up to 5 pieces. But if you're doing things in like bulk piles, then you're going to probably looking at like a couple of hours just to do staging. If you're doing something that I'm doing with my business with clothing. So you kind of want to plan that in there. And maybe right now you're behind on your housework. So maybe after breakfast or after you check your Poshmark or your email or whatever, because not everybody, these tips are not just for people who are resellers. These tips are for everybody. And then maybe you have some dishes that were just there from the night before, or maybe you got to take care of your cats or whatever. Then you can take 30 minutes. Oh gosh. If we can do 30 seconds, if we can do things in 30 seconds, that would be like superwoman. Seriously, but that's not possible. But if you can do that, like whatever cleaning that needs to be done, take 30 minutes to do that and then start your day with your business. Or like I said, you can alternate, or you can say, okay, I'm like way behind on my house cleaning. So this day, tomorrow is going to be completely house cleaning. And then back to business the next day. So that's another thing that you could do as well. So I like to do 30-minute increments. And that way, if you're especially if you're feeling overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, I have this big list and how am I going to get this done? Do it in 30-minute increments and set a timer. And that way, when the timer goes off, it's time to move on to the next item. And that way, you may not be getting everything done in that day or in that week, but you're getting a variety of things to do in that day, right? So ask yourself, how many hours do you want to work in your day? How many hours between your doing your business, and how many hours do you want to spend doing your housework? Because you got to keep up with your housework too. So maybe you want to do morning housework if you're stuck behind, or maybe you want to do business housework in 30-minute increments. But I promise you, stay on time of your housework, then you're not going to have to worry about doing much the next day. What I like to do, that I'm trying to get myself into doing, is to do my, obviously get up, have my prayer, get ready for the day, start my business work, have my breakfast as well, which I don't have very much. Just saying. And then get into my business work, and then stop, have supper, and then after supper is the time that I want to be focused on cleaning and anything that is out of place, put them back, tidy up. Now, those are the nights when I'm at home. If I'm at church, I don't really have the option to do that. So usually if I'm at church, what I like to do is maybe cut myself off of my work around 2 or 3. And then from 3 to whatever time I have to go to church, just focusing on making supper and doing a bit of cleaning. Because by the time I get home, I want to be disciplining myself to get to bed so I can be up the next day to get things done. Because that's what this is all about. That's what we're talking about. The third thing, I'm going to share my screen again. Is kind of similar to what I have on my piece of paper here. For me right now, the paper works better because I see it on my wall. Sometimes I forget to go in the Trello. So that's where we're going right now. I'm going to close that. I'm going to close that. We're going to go in the Trello. So if you don't know what Trello is a workspace to help you stay on top and get things done. It works for some people. It worked for me for a while, but then I just stopped logging in. I just got out of the habit of logging into Trello to see what I need to be done that needs to be done that day. And so then I got off track. I got off focus. What happened here? Oh, I had to log in. Okay, so I will log in. So I haven't been in Trello for a while that I had to log back in. So logging in. So you could use Trello as well, which is a really cool thing because it's a visual way to get things done. And I like that. The only thing for me is I have been forgetting to get into Trello to get things done. I've been forgetting to go there. And so it's always good to have a plan of what needs to be done, because if you do what you think that needs to be done, you're going to be going in circles. You're going to be getting nowhere. So if you like the visual effect of like weekly tasks, then maybe Trello is something that you could do. It's a free account. There are some things that are in the pro account. So there's some things that you can do. There's some things you can't do, but a lot of the things you can do in a free account. So we have boss day. Oh my goodness. Let's try that again. Daily boss lady workflow. And that's usually my workflow for every day that we're talking about now to stay on top. So I'm going to open that up and I'll just kind of show you guys some of the things that I have in here. We're going to go all the way back to the, why can't I move this around? I don't get it. Oh, okay. So we have our, I need to bring it up more. So to-do list planning. So there's things that I'm planning on doing that's just not ready to be done yet. I will add a card, type it in, and then it'll sit there until I'm ready to work on that. Because maybe it's something that's not necessary to be done right away, or maybe it's an idea, something that I want to do. So it'll sit there until it's time to do that. Okay, so this list is not the things that needs to be done. It's the things that wants to be done, that I want to be doing. All right, then we have, projects that are on hold. So if there's anything that, like, maybe I have a lot of other stuff to do over here and I can't do this project right now, I would just slide it over to hold. And then anything that is canceled, like I shared on the sheet here, if there's an item that I'm working on that I thought, you know what, this is just a waste of my time, I'll just put it in the canceled. And then usually every Sunday, I will go and clear my board and start all over for planning for the next week. But I kind of got myself out of that. And then we have our Monday. So we have each day of the week. So we have started, then we have complete, then we have Tuesday. So everything that needs to be done tomorrow will be listed here. And then I'll show you an example. Like, so I'll say listing. Okay, so we're gonna say listing. Listing close. Oops. Oops. So that's got to be done tomorrow. So when tomorrow comes and I start listing close, I can move this tab over here to start it. And then once I'm done listing close, now when I'm listing close, I'm learning not to get like 30 items for that day or staging clothes. I want to stay maybe 10, 15, 20 a week. I wouldn't want to go any more than that because I found that if I try to do like 50 clothes staged, like photographed and listed a week, I'm gonna get behind and they're gonna sit there and they're gonna get wrinkly. So I've learned that just to do a certain amount each week. So what I do is I will do the staging, which is photographing, then I'll do listing. So once tomorrow comes and I start the listing of clothing, then it will go into start it. Once it's complete, obviously I'm going to move it into complete. Now, say for example, it's started on Tuesday, so tomorrow, but Tuesday's over, because you got to stop at a certain point. I mean, I got into the habit of like, I'm just going to work until I'm done. No, you can't do that. You cannot do that and get to bed on time and get up the next day. And it's just not, you can't do that. This is why they designed it for working from 9 to 5 or whatever hours that you work. This is why they designed it for working during the day, not day and night, right? So if something doesn't get done on like during the day, it just gets moved over to the next day. So if the clothing listings is not completed on Tuesday and Tuesday ends, then I would just move it over at the end of the day. I'll just take a look at what's been done that day or what hasn't been done, and then I'll drag it over to Wednesday. And that way, Wednesday, when I come to my computer, I will come to where it says Wednesday, and then I'll see everything that needs to be done that day. So I do like doing the Trello thing. It does work for me. The only thing is I kind of forgot it for a while. I forgot it after a while. And maybe I could do both things. Maybe I could still use the sheet and have a look at everything that needs to be done this week. And then I can still come to Trello and figure out priority items. So anything that's like a high priority, I'm going to want to list today as Monday. And then still come back to my Trello board and still work on the daily basis where I have my items listed on a weekly basis on my sheet. But even the Trello board, it's set out for like a weekly basis, right? You got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. I don't do any work. I honor that day. So I'll read you what this card says. I'm gonna take my glasses off. So it says clear all cards for the previous week. Do not not the daily photo cards, just the cards just the to-dos. Do not remove this card. Because this is just to remind me that each Sunday after the week is ended, that everything that was done this week, if it's completed, I can delete them. If it's not, I will move them to this tab right here, which means to push over to the next week. I will move them down here. And then once I'm ready to start planning my week, which is this Sunday, then I can start saying, okay, this I didn't get done last week, so I'm going to figure out what day I want to do that. Start planning how I run my business. So this is not very important to me right now, because I mean, we need to be doing income producing activities. So I can sit here and I can teach you guys stuff all I want, but that's not going to bring me payment. All right. So once in a while, I like to come on here at least every Monday. I like to come on and do like a nice training and business tip or whatever, or how I do my business. And I like to do that, but this is not my focus. I don't want to be stuck in front of my computer every single day teaching how to do like business tips. I don't want to be doing that because that's not going to get payment. I need to be doing the hard work. I need to be staging items. I need to be listing. I need to be doing shows. I need to be, posh shows, not this kind of show. If I am staying on top of these things from the previous week and I want to do a training video, then that's a reward. Then I can do that. But if I'm like way behind, I can't be on here doing these videos because this is not going to bring in the paycheck, right? I don't get paid to do these videos for you guys. But sometimes I do like to come on and share the things that I'm learning to encourage you and you know equip you guys as well, and that's what I love to do. But doing this all the time, if this is my focus, there is no what is the word I'm trying to look for now? There is no income. Oh gosh, I forgot. Income driven. This is not really an income driven activity, right? You want to make sure that you do income. Oh man, I can't. I just said it. Anyway, I'm not going to sit and dwell on it, but you want to do. Oh, there it is. You want to do income producing activities, and so I don't want to focus on doing up a video on how I run my business. So this is an idea, but it's not a necessary thing. So I'm going to move this back. This is not that important. This is what I would like to do, yes, but it's not going to bring in income for me. Okay, so if I have extra time after doing everything all of my income producing activities, and I want to teach you guys how, like the process and all that stuff on doing my business, and I have that extra time because I'm staying on top of things, then I can look into doing that. But right now, it's just going to stay in the idea plate right here. Okay. So that's basically what this is. It's supposed to be to-do planning, and I'm supposed to say ideas too, but this stays here for now. This does not move until I have completed everything that I need to do in this week. And then maybe next Monday, if I get everything done that is on this list for this week, then I could maybe plan on doing that video next Monday. But that's not a very important thing. So keep in mind that when you're trying to stay on top of your business, that you focus on income producing activities. Okay, so that is pretty much all. I'm gonna close that. Actually, I should have kept that open because even though I have this, and even though I've forgotten to use Trello for a while, I can still use it. I like this because it's on my wall. I've been forgetting to open Trello a lot lately, but when this is on my wall, I can check it each day. When I complete something, I can check it off. But what I could still do is I could plan out my day. If I want to go on Trello and plan, maybe divide these activities up for maybe, let me see, how many do I have here? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So if I want to divide these up between 6 days, Monday to Saturday. If I want to divide that up, maybe I can do like 2 items a day. I could go through, I have my master list here that's on my wall so that I know what needs to be done in that week. I could go open Trello and I could say, okay, this is going to be done today. This is going to be done tomorrow. This is going to be done Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and so on. I could do that too. Or I could just put them in Trello one day at a time, say, let's do this today and let's do that today. That's something that I could do as well. So, or why do this and do Trello at the same time, right? So whatever works for you, but those are 3 things that I like to do. Of course, Trello's kind of been on the back burner lately, but I like it. I like it because it's nice and visual. So anyway, you guys, I am getting raspy. I'm drinking kombucha. Kombucha is good for your gut. And since I've been having liver issues lately, it also helps with that as well. So I like to drink kombucha. It's a good replacement for soda pop, like Coke and Pepsi and all that stuff. Hope I can take this silly thing off soon because it looks a little silly. Anyway, you guys, I hope that I was some encouragement to you guys. And I'm sure you already know this stuff, but it's nice when I can share this stuff and then just encourage you to stay focused. Because I mean, why do a business if you're not going to stay focused? Right? Because we can't treat our businesses like a hobby. We're not going to get paid if we treat our business like a hobby. So now it is 12:37 p.m. I'm going to go have my lunch, and then what I'm looking to do to, like, after lunch, I might do a little work on my computer while I eat my lunch. I gotta share my closet every day, several times. I might share my closet a few times while I have my lunch. And then afterwards, I'm either going to be staging clothes or jewelry. I'm not sure which one's going to come first or not, but I'm going to be doing some pictures, and then I'm going to be doing some listings, and then more organizing with, like, my business supplies and all of that jazz. So that's kind of what I have plans for today, because I need to get some more listings up. We have on Poshmark for ambassadors, they have like a listing challenge, and for some reason I thought I missed last week's listing challenge. They have like a listing challenge for 3 weeks, and I thought they were just starting, and then I found out that, oh, we're starting our second week, so I need to get moving on that. Because it's really cool. It's really fun to be able to win some, like, win some stuff, and it helps you stay focused as well. So you guys have a good day. I'm going to go get lunch. I don't have to do really any cooking. I just had to warm up some chili from yesterday. So you guys have a good day and stay focused, okay? Have a good day. I'm going to count us out. 30-second countdown going now.